Hi there, and welcome to Achieve Intentional Transformation podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Leonie Mattison. I'm out on a walk today and wanted to share some thoughts on the fields between seasons. And as I'm walking the ground this morning, it's pretty gray outside today. The sky hangs low and it's like a natural pause between motion and meaning. But I also noticed that all around me, gold and copper leaves blanket the ground. They're like 1,000 reminders that release isn't failure. It's wisdom in motion. Also notice that the trees look a little bit unburdened and lighter and strangely more alive. They have shed what no longer serves, and in doing so, they have revealed their structure, their truth, the truth of who they are. I stopped and I had to take it in. Some leaves still cling, others drift down easily, and a few gathered along the sidewalk, edges touching. I noticed that there's a quiet kind of order here, even in the mess. I couldn't help but to think of how often leaders resist this part of the cycle. How we cling to what once worked, afraid that letting go might expose the bare trunk beneath. But the trees, they teach us something different. And for me, it's that clarity doesn't come from clinging. It comes from surrender. Peace, I realize, is not in control. It's in cooperation with change. I kneel, and here I have to lift the leaf up. If you can see it, it's dry, it's thin, veins like memory. Looks pretty withered too. But guess what? It did its job. It caught the light, it made oxygen, it held beauty, and now it feeds the ground it once shaded. That's the work of mature leadership. To understand when your role shifts from producing to nourishing, from commanding outcomes to cultivating conditions. Every fallen leaf is a strategy returning to soil. They're making space for the next season's growth. Take a look at all these leaves. They were once on a tree, and now the season is changing and they're now on the ground. And I had to catch myself because I wanted to really tidy things up. I wanted to rake, to restore order, because strangely, that's what leaders do, right? We fix, we plan, we straighten the line, but something in me says, Leonie, not yet. The soil needs this mess. The system needs decomposition before renewal. And there's a leadership truth in that. You can't innovate without allowing something to decay first, my friends. Transformation always starts with what you're willing to release. Let me say that again. Transformation always starts with what you and I are willing to release. You think about if a light wind should stir right now, we would see leaf lifting again and swirling around and settling elsewhere. Its movement is adjusting, but it's without drama. And that's a reminder of how teams adapt, how they can reorganize naturally if we as leaders trust the rhythm instead of forcing it. In every healthy organization, there is a season like this, when clarity comes not from doing more, but from creating space to see what's already unfolding. I sat back and I just noticed how open the ground feels, even with the leaves still there. Nothing's finished, yet everything, my friends, is in process. And it feels like leadership in real time. As leaders, we're imperfect, we're unfinished, But we're alive, and many of us are really committed to the work of leading and transforming the organization into a better space than when we first and how we first found them. So here's what I'm carrying into today, and I invite you to consider these lessons. Number 1, let go with purpose. The things that once gave life may now be blocking light. Number 2, honor what's ending. Closure isn't waste, it's composite for what's next. And number 3, resist premature order. Try not to rush to clean up every uncertainty. Some mess, I think, is fertile. Number 4, lead from stillness. Insight grows in the pause between what was and what's becoming. Number 5, I encourage you, stay rooted. Even in transition, stability comes from your values, not your titles. As I stand here, the wind is really soft against my face, and I think this is how new seasons begin. Not with strategy decks or slogans, but with a quiet courage to let something fall so something deeper can rise, and to be okay with that. Let it fall. Let the leaves sprinkle the ground and create its own beauty for nature. Let it fall. Some things must fall for new to emerge, for the new to arise, and to trust the process. Trust the process. And so as you go on your day today, if you can, take some time to go outside and notice the leaves on the ground. They're so beautiful, but I can't take them home. I'm sure I'm going to try to figure something out to create with some of these leaves because they're just so darlingly beautiful. I wish you a beautiful day today. Whatever season you're in your leadership, may you find the courage to extend grace to yourself and those around you. Remember, the falling leaves aren't a failure. They're just preparing the tree and the ground for the season ahead. Have a beautiful